It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to a special edition of Travel and Cruise Industry News on this, the 31st day of July, 2022, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia, Central Virginia area. This is a special edition of our normally broadcast program at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time here at 7 a.m. this morning. Carnival Ship Rescues 12 Adrift near Key West is the key story, but we also have a little information on a fishing boat that rammed the Norwegian Pearl. So those two stories this morning. Today, by the way, folks, is National Avocado Day. For years, I refused to eat what I called the slimy green fruit until I discovered guacamole. And that kind of changed my opinion of avocados. Now I eat it at all times. All right. Our buddy Rochelle Salerno, who we have followed forever, is back in Rome. This was a picture actually yesterday at Geographic of a National Geographic expedition ship that was ported there. Rochelle this morning boarded the Odyssey of the Seas for 12 days, for 7 days. But she was in Civitavecchia. And of course, as always, Rochelle's going to get to a cathedral or a Catholic church someplace. And she did Mass, of course, there in Civitavecchia, which, of course, is the port for Rome. And this is one, everybody's seen that statue. I saw it in San Diego last time I was there. And then somebody said, well, there's one of those in someplace in Florida. I forget now what they said. And now here's one in Civitavecchia. I thought there was just one of those, but apparently there's numerous ones. Of course, that's a famous statue from World War II. But anyway, Rochelle, thank you as always, for posting stuff and letting me use it. And good luck on the Odyssey of the Seas. Did I say that right the first time? Anyway, she got on Odyssey of the Seas today in Civitavecchia. So we'll be following her exploits, as it were, on that. And I'll be back with the two news stories this morning after a word from one of our network sponsors as the podcast is on for today. If you are watching this via the podcast, you can always access it via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or anywhere where you always get your podcast from. All the main hitters, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat travel guy. And as always, folks, if you are listening via the podcast, there's a link in the description so you can hop over and check any pictures or clips that we use, like we're using today. And in case, just so I don't forget it, as always, we appreciate the thumbs up. That helps the channel out a lot. If you're new to the channel and you have not subscribed, please consider to do so. This is normally a live broadcast at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Monday through Friday. But we always come on live with breaking stories when we have them, or a day like today where there's just two good news stories. So I decided to go live rather than a video. And the main story today, to start the day off, has to deal with Carnival. And Carnival is down in was down in near Key West, and Carnival Ship rescued 12 people adrift near Key West. Is the main story this morning. Carnival Sunrise was on her way back to Miami when a small boat with 12 Cuban refugees was spotted. The refugees were adrift and waving in the Straits of Florida, south of Key West. The cruise ship brought the men on board and contacted the various authorities. It was a rather small vessel. Carnival Sunrise was en route back to Miami at the end of a 5-night round trip Western Caribbean sailing, which departed Florida on July 25th, visited Ocho Rios in Jamaica and Grand Cayman. The ship's route traveled completely around Cuba. The cruise ship alerted the United States Coast Guard of the situation and continued toward Port Miami. The vessel met with the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Dauntless and transferred the men to their authority. This is a standard procedure in those circumstances. Dauntless has participated in several such rescues between Florida and Cuban in the past few weeks. And on July the 30th, just repatriated 83 Cubans to Cuba following these interdictions. Once aboard the Coast Guard cutter, the refugees received food, water, and shelter and appropriate basic medical attention. After the rescue and transfer of the refugees, Carnival Sunrise continued back to Miami with no delay in her arrival yesterday. Cruise ships are frequently part of at-sea rescue, not only for stranded refugees and unstable small watercraft, but also for private mariners who may have become stuck or incapacitated. Carnival cruise ships have been involved in several such rescues this year. The flagship Mardi Gras rescued 4 adults from a small rowboat on June 30th, and at the beginning of June, rescued 16 people from a small rowboat in rough seas. Both rescues took place near Cuba, as did another incident when Mardi Gras offered aid to a small motorboat by supplying food and fuel to the occupants. During that incident, which happened in late January, the cruise ship did not take the refugees aboard as their vessel was deemed safe. That refugee boat was believed to be heading to Mexico. Celebrity Apex rescued 3 individuals from a small raft near Cuba in late February. Carnival Magic assisted a stranded sailboat off Port Canaveral in early April. Allure of the Seas responded to a distress call from a small vessel in late May, all according to Coast Guard records. The Carnival Magic was also involved when they intervened on a craft that was having mechanical trouble. According to Coast Guard numbers, at-sea rescues are significantly higher than in previous years. So far in the current fiscal year, U.S. Coast Guard crews have interdicted, that's stopped from illegally immigrating, 3,683 Cubans. Wow, I didn't know that. There are still 2 months remaining in the fiscal year, which ends September 30th. In the previous 5 years combined, there were fewer than 3,000 Cuban refugee interdictions intercepted by the Coast Guard. I don't have a picture of the Pearl, so excuse me, I'm just going to share with you the story. This was brought to my attention. Actually, I did not get it until late last night, as I was pretty much offline yesterday. The passengers aboard the cruise ship that sails weekly out of Boston awoke to a jolt early Saturday morning when the massive vessel was struck by a fishing boat. The U.S. Coast Guard said it received a report of the collision involving the Norwegian Pearl about 2:25 a.m. A spokesman said a fishing boat named Gabby G struck the Pearl's midsection about 41 nautical miles east of Nantucket. The vessels were operating in rainy conditions at the time. However, the seas were relatively calm, and then all of a sudden the ship just started going to the side, said passenger Joe Coveney. It's a little concerning that we're not being told completely what was happening. Even if nothing happened, we'd like to know that something has not happened, but the lack of transparency is a bit worrying. Coast Guard officials said the damage to the cruise ship was minimal, but the fishing vessel was significantly damaged. One person aboard Gabby G suffered a laceration. No one on the cruise ship was injured. The damaged Gabby G was taken into New Bedford. The Pearl is 965 feet long, can accommodate nearly 2,400 guests, has 16 dining rooms, 15 bars, lounges, a casino, and a spa. I find it troubling that a fishing boat didn't see him and ran into him. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss. That's my thought, at least. At least there wasn't any major damage to the Pearl. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Again, special edition of travel and cruise industry news this morning. And as always, guys, I'll see everybody back here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Have a fabulous Sunday. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, chilly chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up, or
and folks, I'm coming back in. I'm not into this broadcast yet. I didn't go over to the chat room. Goodness gracious. So, yeah, I'm surprised that there's people in here since this is at an unusual time. So see who's here with us today. Hot Air Tom's here. Katie's here. Did I forget to remove the O2? Yeah, I did. Or are you having breathing trouble today? No more than usual. I just, I didn't, actually, I was late getting the broadcast started and I didn't even think about taking it out until I think it was the first picture I brought up of Rochelle. I pulled it off when I was off camera. Hot Air says hi to Katie. Gretchen's with us. Everybody's saying hello. All up early. Yes, you are. Gretchen says, I slept in. Makes me reminisce the old days when Chillie was on at 6:30 every day, or was it 6? I think it was 6. I don't know. It was early. Katie says, getting on the road soon. Yeah, travel safe, Katie. Gretchen says, I think it might have been 6 a.m. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I haven't slept in since then. Gretchen says, we're driving to New Hampshire Thursday. No good way to fly to Keene, New Hampshire. Yeah, I'm not sure they have discovered airplanes in New Hampshire yet. Maybe they have. Now that'll get some people upset with me in New Hampshire. Gas budgets. Hey, the gas keeps coming down pretty well now. It's still too high, don't get me wrong, but at least it's down $1 from where it was. Katie says, I'm in Edgewood, Maryland, and traveling to Florence, South Carolina today. Take your time and be safe. Yeah, of course, you're going down I-95, my least favorite road in the whole world, especially in the part of it that you're on today. I'm okay on 95 when I get down like South Carolina, Georgia, down there, and then through Florida. I'm not too bad about 95. But I hate 95 through Virginia and Maryland and New Jersey and into New York. It's just awful. Let me know if you want to do lunch if you are in the area when you're hungry. That's in Richmond, Katie. Maybe you can take Cindy out of the house. You can get Cindy out of the house. Katie says she'll message you. That's cool. Oh, we've got a new listener here. First time catching you live. Yay. You made me go to Alaska, but thanks. Nice. Welcome aboard. And I have no idea how to pronounce, if that's your name or your handle, Imagil. I'll just say that for now and hope that it's close to right. And you'll find out I'm terrible. I am terrible at pronouncing things. Awful. Just awful. All right. There says safe travels. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to end the broadcast. I had to get over here to make sure that I at least said hello to everybody in the chat room. Some of you might have jumped off when I ended the broadcast too early. If you did, sorry about that. All right, let's do this all over again. I'll see everybody back here at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Monday. That's tomorrow for Travel and Cruise Industry News. The old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.